Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and today I have like kind of a special video for you today. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I have been covering the CAMMUS brand for most of the year now. I think they sent me this in February. So this here is the 15 Newton meter base that until recently, um, you've only been able to get this delivered to you from actually ordering it from China. But now they have a warehouse here in America that is doing the base. It's just the base, as far as I can tell. I've gotten on there and looked. $500 just for the base for the 15 Newton meter wheel. This thing is a beast, an absolute beast, and it feels incredible. So you can actually order this now. Free shipping. Free shipping. I'll have a link in the description for this to get you free shipping. They're going to start stocking these in America, so you'll be able to grab the base itself. So you will still have to order your wheel rim, and all of that stuff. But the thing is, with this, you can put any other kind of wheel on there. You can use this base separately without the whole CAMMUS rim and stuff. You can just you can just mount what is it, like a 270 millimeter or centimeter. So I know that just like regular rims that you go into the store and buy, you can mount directly to this hub and use that. So, and then you'll have all these face buttons on the base itself that you'll still be able to program. There's two dials on here, two switches, one momentary and one on off on, one on off on, and then a total of 5 buttons plus the power button. So you'll still have a pretty good amount of buttons that you can use. The only thing you're not going to have is like the power shifter. So if you're into like that drifting and stuff where you don't really need any of that kind of stuff, I do highly recommend this base. It is pretty awesome, especially for that price of 500 bucks and then free shipping. So you're like, what, 530, 540 out the door? Not a bad freaking deal for this base, what you're getting for 15 Newton meters. That is a lot of power. That Fanatec right there is 8 Newton meters. And this thing here completely just drowns that out. It just feels, there's something about having that extra power, that extra room, that just kind of helps a little bit. I am gonna be picking up the uh, the kit for that, for them pedals, so that I can just run those USB straight to my PC. And because my ultimate plan is to just pretty much start racing on the PC for the most part, just kind of giving up on, on the PlayStation and the Xbox for the most part, just due to the fact that there's just so much more customizability on the PC platform. And I want to start getting into more mods and stuff like that for like Assetto Corsa and some of these other games. So I've really been considering just going full PC when it comes to sim racing, because that's pretty much the main thing I really enjoy PC wise. And seeing as I just built that monster right there, I really want to take things up a notch. So I'm thinking about, there's a lot of things that I want to do, because I really want to start covering sim racing a lot more on the channel, and I have been trying to do that a lot this year. When it comes to CAMMUS, man, these guys reached out to me. They provided me with this model. They provided me with that C5 that you see up there. That thing's an absolute beast as well. That one there, you still have to order from China, and I think it's like $100 delivery charge or duty or something. So that automatically puts like $100 right on that wheel, and which is not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong, for what you're getting out of that, that still keeps it under the cost of everything else. But if they could get that bad baby in the warehouse with these things and start getting, like the wheel rims and everything, because in order to buy these rims, gosh, they're like $68. And then the mount and everything, man, it's so cheap, so cheap. Like the price of this versus the quality that you get out of it, unfreaking believable. So yeah, that's pretty much my plan right now. I want to get that Fanatec off that setup, but I love the Fanatec pedals. I'm actually gonna probably buy the V2 pedals or something, or the V3 or something, the ones with the inverted pedals on them. I really want those. Those are really nice. That's another $500 purchase, but I don't know. I keep telling CAMMUS to send me their pedal set, and then I wouldn't have this issue. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it. Then I could just put their pedals on there. Then I could just run the whole kit. And I did. I asked them. I was like, "Hey, man, can I just buy the pedals from you guys?" And for some reason, they don't want to separate like the bundles or whatever. So I'm just like, well, man, if I had the pedals, then I could cover them, and then I wouldn't even need a Fanatec. I could just run 100% CAMMUS in all of my stuff because I do like these. I do like this product. I think this is in my opinion, I feel like the build quality of the Fanatec versus this, I don't really see that much of a difference. Like I really don't feel like the Fanatec is that much more premium of a product than what you're getting out of the CAMMUS, and that's just my feelings about it. Like I don't care. I don't owe any of these companies any money. I spent almost $1,400 for that. And I could have got you could have got this. The biggest thing that really sucks and stands out to me about CAMMUS is the not being able to use it on a console. But I mean, ah, that's the big thing. The PC sim racing market is probably a lot bigger, and there needs to be more competition from products like CAMMUS out there on the market. And so when it comes to PC sim racing, that's pretty much like the sweet spot anyways. You get the high refresh rate, you get the max visuals, you get everything, and you can be a lot better on that anyways. Whereas the console experience, I don't I really don't think you need this much power on the Xbox or the PlayStation. I think 8 newton meters is pretty good. I can't wait to hopefully test out the LP8 that's coming from CAMMUS as well. I'm really hoping they can get if they could get console if they could honestly get console support for the C5, that thing would fly off the shelves. That thing would be such an easy sell. It's not even funny. Hooking that thing up and playing around with it, oh my gosh, that thing was incredible. And I love how consistent the CAMMUS is. Now, I'm not joking when I say this. I love how consistent the CAMMUS experience is across the board. Whereas the Fanatec, I just did a VR video yesterday with Dirt Rally 2.0, and my gosh, man, going from Assetto Corsa to Dirt Rally 2 is just it's so jarring with the Fanatec because then I have to reset it up and do everything. If I when I use the same settings and just go from one to the other, it just throws me off. Like I have to change it up a little bit. With CAMMUS, when I go from Assetto Corsa over to Dirt Rally, then over to freaking WRC, the experience is just linear and it's good. Like it feels good. If I set um, normally when I'm on Assetto Corsa, this is like where I figured this out, and this is how I figured out that it was consistent, more consistent across the board. I used to mainly drive the McLaren 570 or the 720 on the Assetto Corsa Competizione, so I would set my steer ratio to 480, and then when I would jump over, I forgot to do this one time when I was jumping over to like WRC Generations or something. And I started just driving that. And I was like, wait a minute, this feels actually pretty good. And then I went over to Dirt Rally 2.0 and I was like, yeah, this actually works pretty good across all three. So I was just bouncing right across from them, wasn't having to jump in there and set up any of the settings anymore. I was able to just get in there and play these games and it just felt great. So that's how I figured out that at least the CAMMUS was good across the board. Like the settings that I had for Assetto Corsa worked for WRC. What I had set for WRC was working pretty dang good with Dirt Rally 2.0. So I did eventually also when I first got it, I had it set to like 360 and about 50% power base on the 15 newton meter. This thing is an absolute monster, and it just feels so good. Like I really do love how CAMMUS feels versus the Fanatec. I like the Fanatec. Don't get me wrong. Like it feels good, but it still feels just kind of stiff and twitchy, and it just doesn't have that. It just doesn't have that like that motion that CAMMUS has. Like it feels like it feels snappy, and I've played with the settings on the Fanatec so much that it's gotten to the point where it's like I can get it to a point where it's like yeah, whatever, it works. But with CAMMUS, it just always feels like wow, this is actually good and fun to drive. Like it does feel better, and I guarantee you that if you played with this CAMMUS and you got in there and you set it up and you saw just how consistent it is across the board, I think that you would be like, wow, that is really good. And then you would ask yourself, you're like, gosh dang, man, is the price of that thing really worth not have? I mean, for the few settings that you get with these proprietary things like Nvidia and PlayStation and all these other things, like, is that price increase really worth the name that that's the only thing that I can come to, man. I just switched from my Nvidia to an AMD, and I'm I'm loving it, man. Like, I'm loving it. I'm so sick and tired of feeling like overhyped for these products that just do not freaking do anything, man. Like, it's so irritating, and it's getting to the point where I'm honestly getting a little bit tired of being called a fanboy for all these things, or a shill or whatever, just because it's like, dang, dude, you're not missing anything with going to these other products. Like, you're not. You're really not. Like, all you're doing by going with Fanatec or Nvidia or PlayStation, you're just throwing your money away for an experience that's laughably just a little bit better than what you can get for almost half the cost. It's insane. I think this whole setup was what with the pedals was like 879. That Fanatec DD Pro for the 8 Newton meter was like what, 849.99. So you're paying $20 more for this, and you're getting twice the power, and you're getting a solid build. I like this rim. I like the way this rim feels so much better. Let me pop this thing off and show you. Just, it has like this. It has like an actual. I believe this is like the real type of quick release they use on actual race cars and stuff. So like when you're playing around with the steering with the steering shaft on this. Oh, I can't see the thing, but like, if you look at that, if you look at the shaft on there, that thing just looks freaking beefy, and it's all metal, and it doesn't feel all cheap or chintzy or anything like that. This thing feels like a beast. Where's the quick release? There it is. Can't find it because I'm looking down on it. And then like the weight of this rim here, like, it's got a little bit of heft to it, and it feels good. Everybody like says that, oh man, I don't like that clicky sound, but I'm like, that doesn't. I like that. I like how it feels good. Whereas the Fanatec is kind of quiet, but I don't know, man. I do just kind of like this. I like this setup. I like where it is on my fingers. The Fanatec, it feels a little bit farther away. I'm gonna have to like, the Fanatec feels a little bit farther away. Like, I would have to do that. Like, this just feels good. Like, you can, there is things that come in here that you can extend them outwards or even more out if you want them. But wow, I like the way that looks too. I do. I like the way that CAMMUS looks. It just looks good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love my $500 steering wheel that I paid from Fanatec. I like that, and I think it's great. But I just feel like CAMMUS, man, for for the quality that you get from these, and the way they look, this is nice, man. This is fairly decent equipment, and the fact that it's only like 500 bucks and you can get it delivered to you now, that's awesome. I want these guys to get more name recognition. I want them to be able to get their products out there and help sim racers get into this. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Sorry about the little rant about the name brand, but man, I'm so sick and tired of everybody getting hyped up and falling for the hype, and then just feeling kind of like let down, because I let the hype build up for me, and then when I get it, I have these expectations, and then when I get it and it just doesn't like blow me away, I'm like, okay, all right, well, what am I missing, my friends? Because everybody, and then when I get the other product that actually does blow me away, I'm like, wow, man, that was pretty good. I don't understand why these other ones are too super expensive. So if you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe, man. We'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you.